So I asked ChatGPT, what is the best credit card, the absolute best credit card, all things considered. So it asked me a couple questions because I did it with deep research. So if you know what ChatGPT, how it asks you those questions when it does deep research. So I wanted it to just be as broad as possible. I'm gonna show you guys on the screen. I just wanted to be as broad as possible. What is the best all-around credit cards? And I did tell it for excellent credit, but that is because I just wanted to see, because even excellent credit is not like that much. It's 750 plus, which some people say 720 plus, but whatever. So I wanted it just to be broad, right? So I'm gonna give you guys the answer. So according to ChatGPT, it gave me like 4 credit cards, right? It said the Wells Fargo Active Cash, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the Amex Gold, and then the Capital One Venture X, which I recently made a video and said that the Venture X card was the best credit card right now, all things considered, my opinion. And then I asked ChatGPT, out of those 4, which one is the best? And ChatGPT said that the Sapphire Preferred is the best all-around choice. So, and I even asked it why was it better than the Venture X, because again, like I said, I think it is the best credit card. But so basically, ChatGPT says that the Chase Sapphire Preferred is the best credit card. So the reason it gave was the balanced rewards, excellent point value, modest annual fee, best in class travel protection, and then widely accepted and flexible, and then user friendly for both beginners and experienced travelers. So I think this is not a terrible choice. I think the Chase Sapphire Preferred card is really good, but I think ChatGPT, and this is the thing with AI, is that it kind of is too, it's too boxed in because it is, a large language learning, what is it called? Large, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The large language or large learning model or whatever. It literally just knows what people give it to know. Its knowledge is just, the information it's fed. So I think the reason it gave this as the best is because it kind of, and I did tell it all things considered, and I gave it very broad, parameters. So I think that's the reason it said the Sapphire Preferred was, because it's saying, widely accepted, no foreign transaction fees. It went with a annual fee that's like in the middle. I think it kind of tried to appeal to the most amount of things, and I think that's why it gave this credit card. So I do disagree. And the reasons it gave for it being better than the Venture X: lower effective costs, more flexible and valuable points, better travel protections, broader everyday use case. Okay, going through some of these, like, okay, it said it earns preferred earns 3x on dining, streaming, and groceries, plus 5x on travel. Venture X earns 2x on everything else, and then 5 to 10x on bookings through Capital One travel. Like, I don't know. For me, I don't see credit cards like, I'm not one of those people that divides my cards based on like every single point value for gas, grocery, etc. I think it's a little bit exaggerated. I would, at least if I'm doing that, do one of the trifectas: Chase trifecta, Amex trifecta. But I wouldn't do that like on a car by car basis. So I think that's, it works for some people. I think the travel protection's okay. The lower effective cost, though, I think that is something I definitely should address. I think that's not true at all. Like, it acknowledges that, the Venture X has the credits that offshoot the annual fee, but then it still says that it has, less pressure to earn back your rewards. I think it's flat out just not true. I think that's bogus. I think the Venture X, even at $300 higher annual fee, again, the credit alone, the travel airline credit, it's booked as the travel credit. That credit with the Capital One Venture X alone is makes the card $95 a year, you know, which is the same as the Sapphire Preferred. So I really don't think you could say lower effective cost. But I'm basically arguing with the robot right now because this is what ChatGPT said. It crowned the Sapphire Preferred as the best credit card right now to get, even though to me it's the Venture X. But it does have there is a reason. Like I said, it picked it. It is a very broad, widely acceptable, and for it's great in the most amount of ways. It's like LeBron in basketball. It's like you just do the most amount of things well, not necessarily that you are the best, but you do the most amount of things well, which I think that's what is the case here. I think that's why ChatGPT put this as the best credit card. And in that case, I kind of agree. And with the infrastructure of Chase, that's understandable that like Chase has a wide network, and they do a lot of things well, being the biggest bank in the world. They do have some very good benefits and offer some very great benefits and value. So I can understand that. But there you go. There you have it. ChatGPT says Chase Sapphire Preferred is the best credit card right now to get. So yeah, maybe you should get a Chase Sapphire Preferred card.